With new information about factions, contracts players can pick up, and story missions that feed into the larger narrative universe, the team over at Marathon is preparing us to dive deeper into the world of Tau City 4 and further into what we can expect from playtests before launch. Bungie's up-and-coming Marathon title features a character progression system, where there are 6 distinct factions that players can be sponsored by. Once sponsored, you can take on contracts to complete, where once completed, you'll earn faction reputation, unlocking skill progression trees that are unique to that faction. Once unlocked, these skills remain unlocked. However, right now we have confirmation that seasonal wipes will occur in Marathon. What this means is that over the course of a season, players will accumulate credits, weapons, and all things loot, but once the season ends, everything players have found and earned will be wiped from their storage. While confirmed, we just don't know if skills will be included in the seasonal wipe, as this is currently being discussed by the devs. Factions form the backbone of Marathon's structure, linking gameplay with character progression and narrative events. Factions in Marathon are in-world organizations. Each faction is represented by a unique AI that serves as your primary point of contact for contracts, mission briefings, and rewards. These AIs are more than just mission vendors. They embody the personality, values, and strategic goals of their respective factions. These factions include CyberAcme. CyberAcme is a multi-planetary tech conglomerate whose hardware and software underpin humanity's digital infrastructure. As an industry leader in AI functionality, you'll be able to spot their terminals everywhere in the game. As their slogan goes, everything runs on CyberAcme, or nothing runs at all. Their AI is named Oni. NuCaloric, or NuCal, is a nutrition and biofuel conglomerate, supplying runners essential rations, stimulants, and energy cells. Their mission is ensure long-term human survival, mitigate or eliminate species-level risks. Their AI is named Gaius. Sekiguchi Genetics is a company that is part of Sekiguchi Group. Sekiguchi Genetics is a leading biotech and pharmaceutical firm focused on advanced genetic research and augmentation. The company proclaims itself as a leader in robotics, prosthetics, and cloning. Their AI is redacted for now. MIDA. In law, MIDA was a popular political party turned terrorist organization that was active on Mars. The organization advocated for independence, opposing UESC's control over the planet. MIDA infiltrated the original Marathon project to arm a remote uprising and even staged a third Martian war. Their AI is also redacted for now. Traxus. Traxus Off-World Industries stands at the forefront of innovation across all major industrial categories. Their non-corporate temporary assets gain access to diverse assignments and competitive compensation. Their current asset classification is compliant. In classic Marathon lore, Traxus is not a human organization, but one of a rogue AI. Now reborn in the extraction shooter setting, Traxus hires players to defeat UESC forces and eliminate other runners. Their AI is named Vulcan. Arachne. Arachne is, well, a secret for now. There are only rumors and speculations as to who and what Arachne is as a faction. The only thing we can show is a logo, and I suppose theorize there are 2 popular theories in regards to this 6th faction. One of those popular theories is that a faction is just a dark syndicate. The other theory is that the faction is just an individual, a famous AI in Marathon lore, who went rampant during classic Marathon. If you don't know who I'm speaking of Durandal. One thing to note is that the UESC is not a selectable faction in Marathon. Instead, it serves as a colonial authority and the enemy you'll encounter in PvE scenarios. Hopefully this helps in understanding factions in Marathon. While this video doesn't convey a lot of the history and lore of each faction, it does provide some insights into how each one will operate in Marathon. Contracts. In Marathon, story missions are known as priority contracts. Each of the 6 factions will have one unique priority contract, tying their lore and purpose into the broader narrative of the game. Thanks to DrLupo's gameplay footage and recent interview with Chafe, assistant game director at Marathon, We now have a better understanding as to what players can expect from contracts, difficulty systems, and endgame content. One of the biggest details with the progression system is that you can only run one contract at a time. Now, the response to this has been of debate. Many individuals want to take on 5 or 6 contracts at a time. Lupo presented this as a question in the interview. According to Del, this limitation is intentional. He goes on to say, "This is another area where we're actively iterating. The reason for one contract is that it helps you, as a player, stay focused on what you want to accomplish during a run. This means that stacking contracts, completing them simultaneously so you can run through content faster, will not be encouraged." And honestly, I agree with them. If we accept contracts like bounties from Destiny, then we're going to reach endgame immediately and have very little to do at endgame. Now again, Del did say this is an area they're iterating, so this might change after the community takes part in the closed playtest. Another interesting detail in this interview was that players can acquire contract items during raids and after exfils, and those items can unlock new contract opportunities. Now, this is interesting because we don't know what those opportunities are. The Marathon team have kept very quiet, and a lot of the individuals that had the opportunity to play the game before the closed beta are under NDA, so it's all up for speculation. Is contract opportunities gonna grant us new skins, decals on weapons? So the possibilities are vaguely endless. Now, what happens after all contracts are completed? This is one of the biggest questions, because right now the progression system revolves around contracts and factions. Lupo asked, "When you complete all the contracts, what does endgame look like?" Del gave an exciting answer, and he said, "While it's hard to talk specifics, we do want there to be aspirational maps that challenge you, places you'll need to gear up for and prepare to enter. But right now, there's nothing we can announce." This is a huge hint at dynamic endgame content. Del continues, "Now that combat and the core loop are in place, we're tuning our focus towards endgame content. We imagine contracts will get more difficult over time, and a rating system is going to be an integral part of it. So expect contracts to grow more challenging, more meaningful, and potentially more rewarding. Even though it's still early, the fact that devs are actively building ideas for endgame content shows just how much they're investing in the long-term vision of Marathon. Frankly, I'm relieved. It's great to hear, especially so early before launch. You now know where the future's going to go for Marathon." So that's everything we know so far about factions, contracts, and priority missions in Marathon. It's clear Marathon's team is aiming for a layered experience, one where contracts are more than just checklist content. They're the key to unlocking Marathon's world, endgame, and story. That's it from me. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next.